I can see
Oh,
you.
finally, this is happening. Great. Uh, Thank you to everyone who's in the audience watching us and has been extremely patient with us and cooperated with this technical glitch that we've been having. We're so glad we are back onto this. Okay, Kanika, I'm sorry, but you're not audible. Okay.
Okay, sorry. Can you see me?
Yes, we can. We can. Now we can, and it's good to go.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Kanika, a special educator and the founder of Minds That Matter. Today, I'm in conversation with Sonakshi Arora, a parenting coach, as well as the founder of Psych Knit. Please welcome to the second session of Power of Parenting. Today, we are going to talk about bonding with your child. So, Sonakshi, let's start by understanding what bonding means.
Okay, so just to give you a basic definition of bonding, bonding is an intense attachment that develops between a parent and a child. It begins before birth and goes on for life. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it makes the parents want to shower their children with love, affection, protection, care, security. It's the bond that works on between a parent or parents and a child. Like I said, it involves love, affection, protection, and but it lays the foundation for a child's behavior, their personality, the values that they get in life. So that bonding is, I feel, the utmost important thing that develops or is present between a parent and a child. Also, uh, early bonding affects the mental health in a positive way for both the parties, whether it's a child or the parent. Also, it's not something that comes naturally. You know, some might say that you are adhired to love your child or give your child attention and connect with them, but it's not something that happens just like that, or it's something that you're entitled to do.
Right,
So
right.
one has to put in some effort to understand what that connect really is, to develop positive things for a child.
Yeah, I think like they say for any relationship, we need to put in efforts on a daily basis. The same goes
Absolutely.
with the relationship with our children. We need to put in efforts every day, even though there is a
Yes.
special connection from the day the child is born. But to make that bond stronger every day, we need to keep putting in efforts every single day.
Absolutely. And
Right.
also, for many parents, bonding is a byproduct of everyday caregiving. Like you're saying that, it does not happen right there when you say that, I'm going to do that. There's no defined time for it, saying that I will do it maybe on a weekend, or once my child is this, of these many years, that's when I start bonding with their child. It's not
Right,
like that.
right,
It's how you go about with your everyday interactions that you connect with your child, and that bond gets strengthened.
right, right. And
So Kanika,
and
yeah, go on.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
go on.
sorry.
It's okay.
Now I was saying, now that we have like a basic understanding for what bonding is, I would want us to tell our viewers, why is this bonding important?
Yeah, I'd like to start by saying that that this bonding, it actually is very instrumental towards the release of hormones and chemicals that actually encourage rapid brain development. Like you mentioned earlier, it leads to a lot of cognitive development, a lot of linguistic development, development of social skills, language skills, emotional skills. So all of these things get developed from the bonding that we receive from our parents. Like for
Yeah,
example, if we share a very strong bond with our parents, then we have that security, we feel loved, we feel confident in ourselves as a person, as the child. And then we feel secure making relationships with our peers, with other adults in our life.
absolutely.
So I
Yeah.
feel all of that interaction that a child has with their environment actually stems from the kind of bond that they have with their parents.
Yeah, agree completely, absolutely. Also,
Right.
if we have children who are older, when we feel that, you know bond, like I said initially, bonding feels that, you have to do it since birth,
Right.
and all of those things. Nowadays, when you think of bonding with your child, you are competing against iPads, televisions,
Right.
computer, laptops, all of these things. And bonding gets a little challenging then, because of course these things are more important to children, and they, technically they do give them a lot of insight, because now we see the situation, we move to a digital world now. But it is
Right.
important for parents to keep those things aside. Those are learning. Screen time is very important for parents and for children these days. But connecting on a one-on-one, not just like you said, there are many additional there are many add-ons, takeaways that comes with bonding. One,
Right.
like you said, cognitive development. There is social skills, social emotional development. There's a lot of personality development that comes with
Right.
bonding. Also, the whole time when a parent and a child is connecting, they are developing secure relationships among themselves.
Mhm.
Basic foundations of a relationship are built, like trust.
Mm.
That's one thing that everyone is working on, and that, I think,
Right.
that's the foundation for any relationship to work on. So by
Right.
connecting on a one-on-one with your child, you are developing that trust, that emotional factor, wherein the child can rely on you as an individual. Not just
Mhm.
when they're young, but also when they grow up.
Right. Right. And it also builds a lot of stability in a child's life.
Yes. It's the bonding. It might seem that it is effective and efficient back at home, but what it is
Right.
doing is it is preparing your child for the future, and outside, and preparing them to
Right.
go outside the home. you know
True.
if
True.
your child has a good connect with you, the child gradually would develop good peer relationships outside. They would want
Right.
people who, give them that comfort to talk, or give them trust, who they can trust, or who can develop
Right. Right.
trust and interest in your child. So it's not just entitled to your home, but it is also looking at developing or preparing your child for the future outside.
Right. It also ensures that there will be open channels of communication with your child, because ultimately the child ends up spending a lot of huge part of their day in the school or at college or at work with their friends, and a lesser
Yes.
amount of time with their parents. So what
Yeah.
happens is they experience a lot of things. They might go through problems, they might have happy moments, and they would consult with their parents, they would share their day. If the bonding is strong, like you said, that there would be trust formed between the parents and the child. So if the child feels comfortable, the child trusts the parents, that they would listen with an open mind, then the child would come. So it would also prevent a lot of things that could go wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
So, just talking about these basic things of what is bonding, what's the importance of bonding. I think this is very informative in terms of easily available. But what is
Right.
more important is how you develop this bond. Again, like we said in our previous session, uh, try and understand age specific developmental milestones. That's when you will get an understanding of what your child's needs are, and what are the areas how you can connect with them, or how you can build this bond or strengthen this bond with your children. uh,
Right.
like, just to start with, if we say, there are n number of strategies out there. If you just type
Hmm.
on Google and say ways to bond with your child,
Right.
you will get multiple articles, and you'll get multiple points to work upon. But I feel that what is more important is that you constantly express love to your children. you know
Right.
that's that's when they feel that they are getting, like we said in the last session, for children, love is equal to time, which is equal to attention.
Right.
So they feel too they feel noticed. They feel that somebody's
Right.
caring about, someone's looking at them, someone's concerned about them, which helps
Mhm.
them reciprocate to you in a positive way.
Right,
Uh,
right. I feel
so
there are three key things like
yeah,
communication, attention, and the observations that we make as parents. Because, like you
absolutely.
said, communication is very important. It
Yeah,
involves the parents listening to what the child has to say, as well as the child listening, so that the child understands what are effective ways of communicating. And
yes.
you very well mentioned that attention is very important. If a child is receiving attention, they feel that they are getting loved.
Love, yeah. So that's usually, I mean, I would not say it's entitled to younger ones, but it's overall for
Overall,
children
yes.
who are in their uh, uh, early teenage years or are turning into adolescents. They also require that attention and time, though it would be
Right,
different for them in terms of they would not want their parents to be hovering over them to see what they're doing, but
yeah.
maintaining a distance and giving them the attention, whether it's about
Right,
listening to their interest or involving them, like we said last time, in the decision making skills back at home, or having
right.
communication about family values, or talking about future plans. Involving children with those things would also make them feel that they're getting the attention and love that they deserve. Also,
Right, right.
uh, I feel when parents develop family traditions, rituals, or pass on values to children by spending time together, that's also a very I feel important way of building or bonding with your child, building relations or bonding with your child. This is not just the time where you're having a meal together, or this is not just the time where you're
Right.
watching television together or talking about your future plans, but you sharing your thoughts, you sharing how you feel about these things. So like you said, there is communication happening, there is effective communication happening, but
Mhm.
along with that the child feels that this is something that brings all of us together, and
Right, right.
this is something that's tying us together for a future tomorrow.
And communication doesn't have to be always about complicated topics. It can be
Yeah,
as simple as just talking about how your day was. You could
yeah,
ask the child, "How was your day? What did you do? Is there a new friend that you made? Did you do something interesting?" As
yeah,
parents, one could talk about their day so that the child also
absolutely.
understands, what your day looks like, what is
Yeah,
interesting for you. And then, like
yeah,
you said, you could engage in different kinds of activities wherein you are
actually,
spending time together. So it could
yeah,
be as simple as the children helping you out in the kitchen, or
yeah,
maybe you could learn a new activity together like cooking, baking, maybe even a musical instrument or a form of dance.
absolutely. Yeah,
That could also help. Or you could have, like you mentioned, rituals. Maybe there could be a ritual like playing a board game over the weekend.
yeah,
So, playing board games can be quite fun. Everyone enjoys, not just the child, but the adults as well. And at the same time, it helps the child learn a lot of new skills. Like they learn how to take turns, they learn how to accept defeat, because they're not always going to get a yes in the real world.
absolutely.
There
Yeah.
will be a lot
Also,
of defeats, there will be a lot of rejections, and because of that strong bond they will be able to accept it. They will
yeah,
build emotional resilience and the ability to regulate their emotions.
yeah,
when they
absolutely.
when they dance with their parents, they could, they're so involved in feeling the music with their body moving, so it leads to developing body awareness, improving their motor skills because they're moving with the music. So this all of this is not just helping towards creating a strong bond with the parents or the child, but it's also helping the child develop life skills.
Absolutely. Also, I feel looking at basic values, when we talk about respect, if you
Hmm.
respect your child and expect the same, that's what would build your
Right.
relationship better. Also, body language, eye contact, the
Mhm.
tone of your voice, how you connecting with your child, with pacing, with timing,
Right.
intensity. All of these things also matter in developing a strong bond with your child.
Right.
um, you know um, Like
I
you were
think it's
saying,
also very important to make our communication more positive in terms
absolutely.
of talking about what can be done, what a child can do, versus
Rather
saying
than,
what this is what you should not do or you
yeah,
can't do. The
yeah,
more positive we keep it, the more positive is the self talk that the child develops.
absolutely.
So
Like we
that
say,
that
let's
also
talk
gives a lot
upon
of
the
confidence.
do's rather than the don'ts.
Right,
Yeah,
right. So that way, the child also feels confident within himself that,
yeah,
I can do this, because confidence and positive self-esteem is really very important.
absolutely.
And,
For some, yeah, go on. Sorry, go on.
we could build upon it by engaging in simple activities like, let's say your child is wanting to play with dinosaurs and you have absolutely no interest in dinosaurs as an adult, but just by you showing a little bit of interest and, let's say, putting in 5 minutes to play with the dinosaurs, to engage in the activity that the child is wanting to engage in, you become a part of the child's world.
Yeah, yeah,
So the child feels that, what I am doing matters, because
absolutely.
you are taking out your time and you are giving me 100% attention, and you're also enjoying with me.
Yeah. Also, there are some children who work on physical connect. Like, they like the touch, they like, things which make them give a little bit of comfort and they do not have sensory concerns. So, it is always nice that you develop the language of touch with your child to bond. Whether it's cuddling, whether it's hugging, whether it's giving
Right.
them a high five, whether these are handshakes, whatever works between the two of you for the child to feel connected with you, whether it's just sitting on the couch or the sofa during their meals and just giving them a little
Right.
touch, making them that also makes them feel that you're there for the child. You're
Right.
attentive, you're listening, you giving them the love and attention that they need. Also, for some children, it's nice. It's a good way to connect with them if you work on doing things together, like you said, look on for activities that you
Right.
can do with your child. But what is also important is that you involve your child in your life as well. If, like, say, you're doing household chores, invite
Right.
your child to do it with you. Divide the work so that you can spend more time. A, B, you have time later on once the work is over, you can
Right.
spend together. If you're spending, say, 2 hours to clean the house and to set it the right way, involve your children in it through some way. Ask them, give them the freedom to choose what they want to do. Develop a
Right.
family connection like that, this is something that we all do together, and whatever works for you. If you like to do cleaning, give them a
Mhm.
feather, to maybe dust out things on an antique piece or whatever, or if they want to lay the bed, you will have time to connect, to talk about things while you're
Yeah.
doing it, and once it is over, you'll have time later which is free for you to spend
Right.
together doing things which you are not getting time for.
True.
And like I said initially, all these things that you do together are just not for you to spend time together, but also gives you a scope to understand what the other one is thinking and feeling while they're
Right.
doing it, before what they thought and felt about it, and later on also. So it's a good way to connect and bond again.
I just want to add a few things when we talk specifically about special needs children. It requires a little more effort from the parent side compared to what we put in for regular children. So it's really important to narrate what a parent is doing, so that a child who might be having difficulty to understand it from your perspective, the child would know by listening to you narrating, and they would also understand that, okay, this is what it means. So next time when they are feeling something, they would be in a better position to express it. Also, trying to understand things from the child's perspective, like if a child is trying to communicate something, instead of dismissing it. For example, the child is complaining that, I don't want to wear this top because it really irritates me, it really is very itchy. So maybe you can, instead of dismissing it that, no, it'll get better or it'll be comfortable, what we can do is try to explore ways to make it more comfortable for the child. Like, maybe we could remove the tag. Let's see if that would be better. Or maybe changing the top. So that, the child also feels that, okay, what I
Someone,
feel matters. And there
yeah,
are solutions available for it. So we can work on the solutions.
like we
And it is
mentioned in the last session, we said empathize with the child, try
yes,
stepping into the shoes of the child and see what really is the
yes,
problem they're facing. I quite like the example that you gave that, if the t-shirt is troubling, what can you do?
right,
Think of it from the perspective of the child. Yeah,
right. And it's very important to be playful with children,
absolutely.
because play is something which comes naturally to children. You don't have to structure it too much, so it doesn't take too much effort, and everybody enjoys. And then, being playful, being a little silly with children, then you're also letting go of being very serious, and these are the expectations, and it's okay to break loose, to
Hmm.
bring out the
Yeah.
child within you, to engage with your own child. It's very important, so that the child feels that they want to involve you in their own world.
Yeah. Also, there is no age limit for play. We're not
Right,
saying that only toddlers play or school children play. The definition of play keeps changing as in when
right,
a child grows, and even for adult play is very important. While we were training together for play therapy, I remember there were times wherein we enjoyed a lot of sessions where we were
right,
playing with things, whether they were hands-on materials, whether it was just play in our minds. The thought of creating a situation where we can let loose and be creative, that also, I think, helps you connect with yourself more when you are open,
definitely.
when you know what you want as a parent, or what you want to do as a parent for your child. You connect better, you have more clarity of how your bond is going to be with your children. Absolutely.
I think
Also,
I want to add another thing over here, that it's very important to manage the child's environment rather than trying to always manage the child. Like, for
yeah,
example, a situation might become very overwhelming for a special needs child, because let's say there's too much noise. So the child is not able to concentrate, or it's actually hurting the ears. So
yeah,
maybe, we could look at um, getting rid of the noise, or maybe pulling out from that situation. You don't have to actually keep on engaging with that particular situation. You can say, okay, let's not do this right now. Maybe taking a walk would work out better right now, and then you can come back to that task. So we need to be flexible in that way as well, that the
yeah.
it's not always the child who needs to be flexible, or to be managed, or told to behave in a certain manner, but the environment that can be modified to make it more suited to the needs of the child.
Yeah. Also, these ways of bonding with your child is very generic. There will be, like I said initially, multiple ways, or you'll find multiple strategies to connect with your child. But you, as a parent, are aware of your child's needs, and you will have to identify what works best for you and your child in your
Right.
situation or in your circumstance, keeping in mind your family, what works for you. And for some
Mhm.
parents, these strategies might be very vague. What am I supposed to do? This is something that I
Right.
do generally on an everyday basis, but just put in a little bit of thought on what you're doing. And I feel,
Mhm.
uh, start right for a firm foundation, so that everything is set clear for you, and you don't have any doubts about your parenting, or you don't have doubts
Right.
about your child, because that helps you build strong relationships. Also,
Right.
like we said initially in the beginning of the session, that relationship takes time.
Time.
It is not something that develops in a day. It's not something, it is not something that I say,
Mhm.
today I'm meeting you, I'm connecting with you, and I'm going to let loose for the next 1 week, and we'll come back on the weekend. That's not how it
Yeah.
works. We often hear that quality time matters more for building relationships, but that's not true. You need quantitative time also,
As well.
along with qualitative
Mhm.
time, to build a relationship. You can't say that, okay, I'll give you quality time on the weekend, and then i will uh, I will not see you for the entire week, and then we'll come back on the weekend again. you know just to connect, you need some time. When you, for example, when you meet your friends after a very long time, in your mind you have so many things to share. You feel,
Right.
I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But when you actually meet them, a lot of time goes to just connect the situation of where you left or what is it, and you lose on to the present and the future. You're only
Right.
working on the past. So it's important that it is a continuous process. It keeps going on. Like we said, you have daily interactions, you spend time daily with your child. It is up to you how much you
Right.
define or what time you give to your child, but it needs to be on a regular basis.
Right.
Also,
Also,
your child,
another thing that,
yeah,
sorry,
go on, go on.
another thing that really matters is that it's okay in case you don't have a very strong bond with your child at present. You can always start making efforts to make it stronger from today. You don't
Yeah,
have to wait for the right moment to
moment.
put in that effort to make a strong bond with your child. You can start
Absolutely.
right now. So don't lose hope. The bond can always be improved and made stronger with the efforts that we put in.
Also, like you're saying, Kanika, sometimes you feel that the bond is not right there for the moment. There are some things that you can do, like we said, effective communication can be one. Encourage your child, show, you can show interest in what they're doing, praise them, use specific praise for what they're doing. Also,
Right.
uh, don't take these things personally, that your child might react or give it back to you in the in the heated situation that you or your child is in. Sometimes there are times wherein children say that, I hate you, mommy, or you never understand, or you just impose things on me. That's a reaction that your child gives to you, and don't take it
Right.
literally personally to you. Rather,
And a lot of
step
it
back.
comes from the experiences and the frustrations that the child might have at school, maybe. So it's very
Absolutely.
important to keep observing how your child is behaving, so
Yeah.
that that gives you a clue into what the child might be feeling.
Yeah.
And then you
It's,
could, maybe talk about it, that I noticed that something has changed,
yeah.
is something bothering you, and that
Yeah.
would, help you open up a channel to communicate with your child.
Yeah. Also, this isn't primarily about you. It's about them. If they're
Right.
reacting in such a way, you have to understand they're tangled up with their feelings, or they're facing difficulty controlling themselves. It's their immature ability to understand and express their emotions.
Yeah.
That's why they use this form of communication, or they express this to you. So, like you rightly said, step back, take a deep breath, let the hurt go. Once you think it through in your head, then go have a conversation with your child, communicate with them, saying that, okay, I do understand what you're saying, I feel what you meant, and let's look at it from this aspect. Give a response than giving it
Right.
a reaction. Also, I feel, that, like you said, there are times where you feel that your relationship is quite not there. What you do is, that there are many rifts that are happening, you're struggling, there is separation. Try and connect right there, right then, or after it as well. Don't let a gap come in between. Don't let the time pass on like that. Look out for moments where you can connect, whether it is for things at home, outside home, in the school environment, with their friends.
Right.
Start having conversations for whatever interests them. Yeah, right now, because the situation is such that we're all under a pandemic, um, you cannot do a lot many physical activities outside of your homes, and you can't, take
Right.
tours, or you can't spend time traveling. But it's always nice to do it virtually right now. you know Connect, look for things that you can bond back at home, so that all everyone's needs are catered to. Also, like we
Right.
were talking about, you know children don't understand what the right time is. When you tell your child that, I will connect with you on the weekend, the child starts feeling that you are taking out the time from your busy schedule and
Right.
scheduling it for later. you know Children always want right there, right now
Right.
availability. So always be available for your child, whether, if your child is looking for, say, 20 minutes of attention, you can try and give them 5 minutes of attention through the day, so that they feel, okay,
Right.
if not everything, I'm not, left without anything. There is something that I'm
Right.
getting, but if not all.
Hmm.
So be ready, always be available for your child. You have to prioritize them.
Hmm.
Whatever, however you're doing, try communicating or changing the situation for the benefit of both of you. You
Right.
involve yourself with your child and ask your child to involve them with you, so that it works out for the two of you, rather than just saying that, I'm going to take out time later for you. That does not work with children.
Right.
Yeah.
And if we
um
take our time for our children today, then tomorrow they will take our time for
Our time.
us.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Right, right. So I think we don't have much time left.
Okay.
We've had a very fruitful discussion. We've been able to talk about what is bonding, why it is important, and many different ways for what parents can do to bond with their child. And I feel mostly the ways that we've discussed is something that everyone can do at home with whatever equipment, tools that they might have at home. It's not something which is very complicated. So please do try some of these ways that we've shared. And in case you still have some queries, then please feel free to connect with Sonakshi or with me.
Also, would be nice if you have your takeaways from this session. Please leave them for us
Yeah.
in the comment section for this video, later once it's uploaded on the page, so that we also know that we're reaching to you and it's making sense. What is it that you're taking back? What will work for you and what would not work for you? We're also open for all kinds of feedback for us to grow and learn. I think this was, like you said, Kanika, an extremely fruitful session. I'd like to apologize again for the technical glitch, and you had to make me wait for so long and extend this session for 20 minutes than the time that was expected. We're going to be coming next week with another interesting topic. I think it is talking about resilience in parents, how to be
Right.
resilient parents. We are going to be sharing the information with you soon, and we hope to see you next week, Sunday at 8, without the technical glitch, of course.
Please do join us and stay tuned for more details.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.